something I've realized is that nobody is coming to save you. And if there is something that you want to do in your life and you're not doing that, that is 100% on you. You can change the odds. You can change your life. And it does start with that first step. And unfortunately, it takes more than that first step. You got to be disciplined, and you got to push through those days that you just don't want to continue anymore, and you just got to move forward anyways, even if you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, because you might not see that light for a long time. You might not get to that point that you want to get to for a long time. But if you could push through all of that anyways, despite the challenges that you face, you have the chance at succeeding.
Right now, what you're going through is only a test. Let me tell you, there's always light at the end of the tunnel for people who don't give up on themselves. I've been through some crazy stuff in my career and in my life. My mom died at a young age. My sister died when she was really young. Lost friends and coaches and teammates. And there was times where I thought I'd never make it back.
You're the greatest champion in UFC history.
That's right, man. Doesn't have to be over.
If you don't have the mindset that you're the best ever, you've failed already. But before you can ever reach anything, you have to believe it. You don't just mistakenly become great.
If you can understand that every thought changes your state of vibration.
Everything vibrates, nothing rests. Everything from the electron to the universe is in a state of movement.
They say that success is energy at its highest state of vibration.
You've got to get on the same frequency as the good that you desire is on. If I brought in a little transistorized radio and turned it on, you'd hear the music. Did I invite the music in, or did I tune into something that was already here? And all I have to do is change the dial and I get different music. And as you get the image and get involved, you alter the frequency you're on. Therefore, you attract whatever's on that frequency. You're taking brain cells and you're causing them to increase in amplitude of vibration, and you're sending off a powerful surge of energy.
You'd start to bring things consistent with that rate of vibration or state of vibration. In other words, your outside world would change because your inside world has changed.
You want poverty? Tune into it. Be delivered right on schedule.
Every morning when you get up, say over and over to yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now. I do it now, do it now. Whenever you have this tendency to procrastinate, program your subconscious mind with this automatic conditioned command, do it now, do it now, do it now. The key to overcoming procrastination is to develop a sense of urgency. Be the kind of person who gets things done quickly. Be the kind of person who launches fast on a task. Say over and over to yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now. Do you know that less than 2% of the population have a sense of urgency? And that there is not an example of a successful person anywhere who does not have a sense of urgency? That if you just develop a sense of urgency when somebody gives you a task, that you get on it and do it fast, that alone will move you into the top ranks in a very short period of time.
Life rewards action, not intelligence. Life rewards action, not intelligence. It took me a few years growing up to really learn this. I think my sense in school was I did quite well on exams just through intelligence without having to do a lot of work. And for me, when I was quite young, I valued intelligence over action. And I think one of the dangers is smart people, that the smarter you are, the better your excuses. The more accomplished you are in talking yourself out of taking action, in proving to yourself that every action that you could take is too small, too meaningless, and not worth it. You cannot do everything, but you can do one thing, and another, and another. And that's the way you make massive progress in life. The matter that you show up and try and act week after week, month after month, year after year, with a little bit of intelligence, you start to get better and better and better. Even if the action is poor action, you're going to learn something from it. And it's so easy to talk yourself out of action, but it's so important to remember that life rewards action, not intelligence, not smarts in your brain, but action into the world.
For you to constantly win, when this voice over here, the real you, is saying, get the fuck out of here. Go. You're nobody. You've always been nobody. And it's true. People don't hear that. That's a true voice. And then you had to create another voice over here that is saying you're better than that other voice. And you're in the free freezing cold water that both voices don't want to fucking be in. But you win. And it goes from the water to the studying, to the running, to the losing weight, to how you eat, to how you function as a man. Every day of your life, you're winning these battles. And then I have normal people who only have one voice. Never created the second voice. The winning voice is the second voice. They have one voice. And that's just, I'm a piece of shit. That's all they hear. And then they judge people like me who are out here trying to be better.
You're gonna have to go through hell. Worse than any nightmare that you ever dreamed. But in the end, I know you'll be the one standing. You know what you gotta do. Do it. Do it.
Brother, the struggle you're in right now will define the rest of your life. And God didn't put you in the season to break you. He brought you here to see what you do with it. So make it count.
Once you change one thing, your mindset, you can attack everything.
It's okay to be alone for a while. You know? And it's so important because being alone, going through a stage of isolation is vital to your personal development. I firmly believe that if you want to be the best version of yourself, you have to go through a stage of isolation, of being alone for a bit. And that can be extremely uncomfortable. But the problem is, a lot of people soothe that discomfort through distraction by doom scrolling for like 8-10 hours a day, you know? And what's that doing? Absolutely nothing. In fact, it's leading to your long-term detriment.
Turn your feelings off when it comes down to you wanting to be better. What that means is when that alarm clock goes off, your feelings gotta go away. When that alarm clock goes off at 4 or 5 in the morning, your mind says no. You just say, this is what we do. It's what we do now. Sometimes you have to go beyond what you're feeling. You know, okay, this hurts, that hurts. We can just sit down and do nothing. Or we can see how far we can push the human body. Guess what happens when that alarm clock goes off at 4 a.m. to train? I don't want to be a SEAL today. Or I don't want to be whatever today. I'll start tomorrow. And that's the usual pattern of people's lives. The mind will trick you.
Yeah.
And it's saying, just sleep in today, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't deserve it. I've worked too hard.
Yeah.
You really haven't worked hard enough. If you can't control your own brain and your brain controls you, you're fucked. You got to tell your brain where you want to go and how you want to go and how you want to get there. You got to control it. If not, it's over. We're all looking for this great mythical mental toughness. Mental toughness doesn't come from sitting on the couch. It doesn't come from wishing it will come true. It comes from putting in the work. And you have to start developing your mindset. Mindset is not developed by wishing. Mindset is developed by doing and actually putting in the practice, because the mind wants to have control over you. You need to have control over your own mind. Your mind's going to always guide you in a spot that wants to make you feel comfortable and nice and secure. And it's in those spots that there's no growth. Without friction, there's no growth. So that's what I constantly preach about. You have to get outside that comfort zone to find that every day of your life.
So most people don't understand what it's like to really go for something, and to know that the consequences of not doing that are horrific. But the only way I could be this person now is if I took that chance when I was 21, when I was dead broke and had my cars repossessed and all that stuff. That's the only way you ever get where you want to go. You have to take a path that's dangerous, and most people want to take the safe path. And the safe path leaves you stuck in quiet desperation almost every time.
Believe in yourself, and don't rely on anybody to believe in you. Don't rely on anybody to push you or make you better. Believe in yourself and only yourself, and allow that human being to make you a better person. Live your life with character, honor, and discipline. And if you live that way, I guarantee you, your goals and dreams will will get accomplished.
Remember when you don't feel like doing something that you're not doing it for how you feel now. It hurts right now. It's inconvenient. It's uncomfortable. You're doing it for you in the future, you tomorrow, you in a year from now. You will thank yourself for staying consistent in the times where you felt like giving up, where it felt like the most viable option. But it is in these moments that separate those who prevail and those who don't. You will win in the long run. You just can't give up. That is the only way you lose, my friend.
The purpose is always there. The purpose never leaves us, because the very purpose is you. You are always the purpose. There may be another purpose, like being a SEAL or going to college or whatever, but the main purpose in life is you. So if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself. And that's what you need to really research is, man, why am I not doing this for myself? Because that is the number one purpose in life, is to better oneself. Dude, you're never going to fill your list, but you never found your list because it never was presented in front of you because your head was cluttered with shit. Because you never just stopped for lots of minutes, lots of years, and just said, all right, it's me and you. Let it go. And it just, bam, it's right there. It's right there.
People only root for others at two times. First, when they're at the beginning of the race. Second, when they finish. Neither is when you need it. So, you have to master the middle. The boring, exhausting, soul-crushing middle. That's where the winning happens, on your own. People will only cheer for you as long as you can't beat them at the game they value most. Friendly reminder that every person who doubts you is right until they aren't. It's a bug, not a feature.
It's easy to give up. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. All right, man, I'm done. You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. What's hard is going, yesterday, I got nothing from working as hard as I could. I'm going to do the same thing again today, but I'm going to try to go harder.
If you aren't naturally tired at night and excited in the morning, then you probably haven't found something meaningful to work on. You are not stressed from doing too much. You are stressed from doing too little of what you care about.
Brother, I'm convinced that every man has a moment in his life where quitting would feel a lot like peace. But, reality, just the devil trying to convince you you're not worth your purpose. Don't stop.
Consistency, 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 man. That's the name of the game, bro. If you keep going every single day and don't stop, your competition will fall off, bro. These niggas ain't cut like you, bro. They ain't ready for prime time. They ain't trying to really get right. Grind every day, one foot in front of the other, bro. And I promise you, you're gonna be lapping these folks, bro.
Roll the Dice or Go All the Way by Charles Bukowski. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're going to try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. Go all the way. It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It can mean jail. It can mean derision, mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, or how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it, despite rejection and the worst odds, and it will be better than anything you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There's no other feeling like that. You'll be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. Do it. Do it. All the way. All the way. You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is.
We going up. We're going to continue to go up. No one's going to stop this grind. I will continue to work through everything in life. Point blank, period. My life is not easy whatsoever. My life is the hardest it's ever been at this very moment, but you will never see me stop fucking working. Ever. I don't give a fuck what I'm going through.
What if I told you you're only 6 months away from the life you've always dreamed of? The money, the body, the mindset, but only on one condition. You have to show up every fucking day from here on out. Up until now, that's not a price you've been willing to pay. But the reality is, there are graveyards full of men that wish they could be in your spot. 6 months to become the man you always knew you could be.
Fix your sleep, fix your diet, go ghost and hit the gym. Speak less, accept